You will remember when I was trimming the teeth on the bandsaw there, it must be about a month ago now, I was turning the ring on a pivot point. And in other words, the radius is going to be constant all the way around. And that constant is 48 and 7/8 of an inch. Now I didn't make that too clear. That 48 and 7/8 of an inch, that's the inside diameter of the ring. The radius is half of that, which is 24 and 7/16. And that's where the pivot point is going to be. And yeah, and I'm just wondering now, where exactly is that going to come here? Let's just, okay, these bearings are going to just go on the inside of the teeth that you see over there. And so 24 and 7/16. See if I can get this to measure a little bit here. Okay, so it's going to go right, this bearing is going to go just on the inside of the tooth. Maybe I'll do this just a little bit differently here. Okay, there we go. Now, I know you're not going to believe me. You're going to think I did this before. I was planning on using these things. These have been on here for about a month. And you know, they were within half an inch of being right on just by accident. I wouldn't lie to you. That's the way it really worked out. Okay, so that'll be on the inside of the tooth. So the edge of the tooth will be right there. Okay, like that. Now, 24 and 7/16, okay, is right there. So this is where the pivot point is going to be, right there. Okay, just make a little pencil line here. Yeah, I can see that, right there. And we'll just carefully, temporarily take this off. So, there's our line. Okay, I want to have this mounted in such a way that it can go back and forth this way. And it looks like there's going to be just enough room here. So I have to try and figure out how I can make it so that it will slide back and forth. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes in here. And then when I get it to what I think is the right place, I'll just screw it on. And I don't see why this won't work. It should just, yeah, it should just rotate on this. Yeah. Yeah. Now, even though the pivot point is right here, and I know that the balance wheel is going to be fastened on this shaft down here where the spring is, there's still going to be a lot more weight on this end than on that end. So it's going to, obviously, I'm going to have a counterweight rigged up. But that'll be one of the last things I actually do. I wonder how much further is this here going to stick out the outside of the ring. I got to check that. Okay, now the cogs are going to go just the other side of the bearing. So we're looking at approximately 8 and 5/8 of an inch. 8 and 5/8 of an inch. Where's that going to come on the ring? Okay, 8 and 5/8 is right there. So in other words, the ring is going to stick out this much further than the ring. I wonder when the balance wheel is swung out, how much further it's going to stick out. Okay, I know you probably can't see this mark that we made here, which is the central point. I'm going to put the end of the tape right on it and hold it down there tight. And see, what have we got here. Looks like about 33 inches. Yeah, 33 inches. So now I can go back up to CorelDRAW and I can sort of draw this out. And that way I can have it so that this is not going to hit the ceiling. In other words, I want to have the dial ring as high off the floor as I can get it without this hitting the ceiling. I have mentioned this before, maybe about 2 months ago. There are no plans for this anywhere, and there's a lot of trial and error goes on here, a lot of guessing. I sort of know what I want to do, but sometimes I get to the place where I'm almost, you might say, stumped, but not really. And I think maybe that's one reason why this project is taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. I get to the place where I think to myself, now what am I going to do next, or how am I going to overcome this problem? And I'll do a lot of sitting and staring at it and thinking about it and so on. And yeah, I'm sort of at that point right now. I got to make sure I get it right, because if I build the frame wrong, I either have to scrap the whole project or redesign the frame. Yeah.